I'm Michael, and I wanted to play around with a toy today in a shorter video. That way, if you don't have a lot of time, I'll continue on in my gardening after work series. So this is gardening after work. So you work a normal job and you come home and tend to your garden, right? Wherever you are, if it's an apartment, if it's your backyard, if it's a large backyard, if it's a small backyard, it's wherever you're at, right? Garden wherever you're at. And how you can tell that I got off of work is my outfit. Look at this outfit right here. Like those socks, I literally came from my work clothes, changed out of as much of them as I needed to, put a hat and my Crocs on, and now I'm out here before the day gets too dark, which is often the case. And it's a good thing too, you can bring the kids out and let them play while you tend. You know, you can come out with your significant other and just enjoy whatever piece of gardening you have. It works great. And so just a thought anyway. So what toy do I have? It is a moisture meter. So this is just a moisture meter. I got it at the store. You can find these at some of the big box stores, so they should be kind of widely available. It's this one's called Dr. Meter, and I think I got this one at Ace, but I think you can also probably order them at Home Depot or Lowe's or Maynard's or Myers or any of those stores that are not in California where I am. And so yeah, let's play with it. Well, let's vet out some couple of little things that I might have been saying. Let's see where we stand. Let's see how truthful I've been. The great thing about these meters is you just use them. So take it out of the box, set this to the side, and here's your meter. As you can see, so it has just a meter. You see dry, moist, and wet, and the little dial. And it has a probe at the bottom. You just need to make sure that's clean and accessible. And basically you take this and you stick it in the ground, and it tells you or gives you an idea of where you stand in soil moisture. And so why don't we start in my pot garden? I watered about maybe an hour, actually more like 2 hours ago. I watered everything. And so we have different soil that has received water, and so let's see where it stands. So first things first, let us put it in here. And as you can see, there is 2, which I guess it says is kind of dry. Okay, so that's a medium-sized pot. Put it in with our tomato here. See where we stand there. Try to stick it in there where the roots are, right? So now I've stuck this one down a lot further, but still, as you can see, hopefully that's in focus, still kind of in that same range, 3, right? Oh wow, so kind of consistent. And let's do one more. Have to step over, hold on, I don't fall. Let's put it in a small pot. So my little small kale pot, I'll put it in right in the center. We'll stick it down about 6 inches, and what you see there is a similar measurement. So kind of on the dry side. The soil is still moist, but if I squeeze it, no water comes out of it, but it hasn't dried, at least not on the surface. So it gives you an idea of how potting soil is. My meter went, just verify it went back to 0. You get an idea of what soil moisture is, say in a pot environment, in potting soil. So I have big pots, like 7-8 gallon pots, all the way down to little small like 1 and 2 gallon pots, but they all had a similar moisture content, at least by this meter. And that's kind of why you have to, it's better to water these pots multiple times, smaller amounts, because the water goes through the pot a lot of times and out the bottom. And if it sits for a long time, it could dry out, and that changes the soil condition, right? And so it's better to just give them a little spritz of water, or fill them up, you know, the lip that you've left on your pot. And so let me show you the lip. Oh, let's see. Show you the lip here. So you see the lip, you can just fill the pot up so that the lip there is full of water, and that water will kind of soak and flow through the pot and out the bottom. And that way it's quick. You can just come by, water this pot, water this next one, water the next one, and so on and so forth, and your pots will stay watered, you know. And for my climate, being here, it's been kind of in the upper 80s and low 90s for 2 weeks now. I will recommend twice a day at least, sometimes 3, but if you can get it in the morning and then kind of like late afternoon, your plants will keep an even soil moisture and should be all good. And so why don't we move on and we try out in mulched clay soil. So this is clay soil. It's mulched. It's watered by my sprinkler system, which waters every other day. And so it doesn't look to me like it was watered today. It looks to me like it received water yesterday. And so you see the plants, they all look okay. None of them are showing visible signs of water stress. But let's just see what the soil moisture looks like. So let me come in kind of a representative area between all my watering posts and go down into the mulch if it allows me. Let's see if I can get past a piece of wood. There we go. Okay, down we go. So as you can see there, same moisture, 3 in the clay soil. Oh, let me go right next to a watering tube here. See if we can go in the soil here. You can see the moisture there is 3 again. Right. So the difference here is that this soil has not been watered for a day. So this mulched clay soil has not been watered for a day. And as you can see, it has the same moisture content as pots that I've watered twice today. So the potting soil pots that I've watered twice today has the same moisture content as this clay soil that's been mulched that hasn't been watered for since day before yesterday, or a day basically. So these will get watered in the morning, and that'll keep them hopefully at a good soil moisture for these plants, which the plants are basically telling me that they're getting good moisture. They're not drooping. They're, you know, they look in a healthy habit. And so, okay, let's go to one final. Why don't we visit my oat grass patch? I made a video about planting this if you wanted to grow grains. And so this has been in for a month, I guess now, and it's growing. And this is grass that's lightly mulched. So I mulched it with sawdust shavings, and it's just been growing. And a little off season, I think we tend to grow here these crops more like fall winter time frame or early spring. But if you water it, you can grow it into the summer as well. So it's kind of versatile. And so why don't we look at this patch, which I watered this patch today. So this patch has received water today. And let's see if I can get my meter in here, and we'll see what it looks like for lightly mulched, recently watered clay soil. Can you see that? What is that? That's 8, between 7 and 8. Right, so between 7 and 8 moisture. This was watered in the morning here, so about 8 hours ago, and then it was also watered about 2.5 hours ago. And you can see the difference in moisture content in this patch. And so that's the thing about clay soil, is it holds water, and then if you mulch it, it holds water even that much better. And so you can get a pretty even soil moisture, and or it'll retain. So as your plants are utilizing water during the day, they're in the sun, your plants will have a much more robust amount of water to draw from, so that they don't begin to wilt or change or do any of those things. And so the meter kind of vets out that story, and it's kind of showing you how you know, day old is the same as potting soil, and watered today has a lot. It's beyond moist, and in a hot climate, it's a good thing to be able to water a soil and have it retain the moisture for hours. You water once a day and it can tolerate 100-degree heat, especially when it's mulched, and your plants will have little or no effect. And so touts the benefits of using mulch whenever possible. And also, if you know how to work clay soil, you see that it will retain water, and that's also a great thing. And so why don't we try under my apple tree? Oh, I think this might have been watered today. Let's see what we have here as a last and a final. Going down about 6 inches each time. And you see, once again, mulched clay soil. That's a 6. And so this was watered on my sprinkler system this morning, and it hasn't been watered since. And it has a good moist soil for this plant to benefit from. And so it's kind of one of the ways that clay soil will trick you. If you know when to work it and how to work it, it could be very fertile. And as you can see, if you live in a hot climate, it maintains soil moisture where other soils dry out a whole lot faster. And the combination of mulch with this soil oftentimes creates great soil conditions for growing whatever you want to grow. And so a thought and consideration. Oh, get my moisture meter out. Had to climb under the tree. Great. Okay. That's all. Just thought I'd give a few thoughts on soil moisture and watering, and offer that out for folks to comment on, or just to think about. And hopefully it's helpful to you as you're like trying to grow your plants and figuring out what's wrong with them, diagnosing them, and just living with them day to day. So please consider liking and subscribing if you like this content, and I look forward to talking to you in the next video. Good luck and happy gardening.